Hey, Dan here, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to teach you how to get more reviews on your Google My Business listing, and we're going to quickly go through some things before that just so that I can really set the stage of what we're doing here. So firstly, why are we bothering to do this? What's the point? A lot of people say it helps you rank higher locally. It doesn't. That's not the point of this. At least I've never seen that. I've been doing this for years. I've never seen it, and a lot of the people that I work with have also never seen it affect your rankings directly. Indirectly it can, because the two reasons why we're really doing this, number one is click-through rate. And if you get a higher click-through rate, you will rank higher. And number two is conversion rate, so you'll sell more stuff. So that's good. The click-through rate thing is a big one because basically the real thing that's making Google My Business listings rank higher is engagement. And if you're getting a bunch of people clicking on your listing, searching for your listing to actually leave the review, that's going to push you up. So it's all good stuff, but it's not a direct thing. If you've got 200 reviews and a company's got 0, you're not going to rank higher than them off that alone, unless you're constantly getting those searches, if you see what I mean. So that's why we're bothering with this. And then obviously the conversion rate is a big one, because that's the whole point of this. We want to make more money, right? So now we want to look at who. So who are we doing? Who are we able to get reviews from? A lot of people think it's just customers. It's not. You can get reviews from distributors, partners. So different people that have worked with you are well within their right to go on your Google My Business listing and say what experience they had with your business. That's absolutely fine, and that's good, because they'll often be the people you've got the better relationships with, or more frequent relationships with. But ultimately what you want to do here is you want to get good reviews from customers that you know are happy. So I'm going to go through a recommended way to get more, and then I'm going to go through a way that you can also use, that I use quite a lot, but I wouldn't recommend for a smaller business. So first off, how do we get more good reviews the way I recommend? Basically, you want to email customers, partners, distributors, whoever, and just ask. So let's say, for an example of a customer, you'll say to them, on the last email you're going to send them, for example, so everything's done, they're happy, and you know they're happy, you just say at the end, hey John, would you mind just leaving us a quick review? It will only take 2 minutes of your time. All you have to do is click here, sign into Google, blah, blah, and just explain it, right? So the way you can do this is if you go to your Google My Business, click on Info, and then down here you need to set one of these short names. If you haven't set one of these, set it, and I think it takes about, it says 24 hours I think, but it takes about 2 hours before it'll update. And you want to set this to your business name, and then if you click on this learn more right here, it will tell you how you can use it. So it's g.page / and then whatever your thing is set to. So mine is on top marketing, so if you paste that in like that, hit enter. So now that link goes directly to here, right? So g.page / on top marketing takes you directly to here, where you can leave a review. If you're not, obviously I'm signed in as the owner of this account, so I can't, but if we was to do this in a private incognito window, it would. Right here. So yeah, you want to send them that link, the g.page, and ask them to do it, and then just explain a little bit about how to do it. So it's pretty self-explanatory, obviously, but one of the big reasons why people don't do it is because they feel embarrassed asking how to leave it, because they have never done it before. So if you just explain how to do it, then they're much more likely to do it. A really good way of doing this, if you're a personal service provider, so if you own a shop that people physically come into, you own a repairs shop, these are the sort of people I've done this with, is this review handout right here. So you can get this for free, and all you need to do, you need to have a little bit of Photoshop knowledge to replace the logo with your logo, and to replace the text right here with whatever your company's name is, and then the type of product you have and your phone number here. But this converts really well, and I've tested this. This works in every business I've ever given it to. It's worked really well, so you want to definitely go ahead and grab this. If you don't know how to use Photoshop, you could hire somebody on somewhere like Upwork. It's really going to take them no longer than an hour to put this together for you, and then you basically just want to go ahead and hit print every time, hand this out to the customer, and just say, if you won't mind, could you just leave us a quick review on there? It'd really help us out. And you obviously only want to give this to the customers that are happy. Now, what I actually done on this handout template right here is I've said in here, if you have any questions or would like to speak to our team directly about your purchase, feel free to call us on telephone number at any time. The reason that's in there is because sometimes what people do is, if they're not 100% happy, they'll leave a 4-star or a 3-star review instead of a 5-star review, even though they could have obviously left the 5-star if they had just dealt with this one little thing, like maybe they were unhappy because of something that could have been easily dealt with. And so this is here to try to avoid those things coming up And it often really does, because then it's like, if they leave a bad review, it's like, well, why didn't you just give us a call? You know, that's how they feel that it will be perceived. So this works really well at making sure you only really get good things come back, to be honest. And that's why I designed it in the way I did, and it's obviously quite straightforward and takes you through every single step. So yeah, you want to go ahead and use this. Now, those are the 2 ways I'd recommend doing this, because you can control who you're sending them to, and you obviously wouldn't have a customer that's unhappy, or a partner or a distributor that's unhappy that you would give this to. So I would advise going down this route. The other ways you can do this is you can send out social media posts, email, newsletters, put it in your website footer. So you can do all of those things, and that can get more traffic to those places, which is good. But you aren't always going to get positive come through. The majority of it will be, but you are going to get some rubbish come through there as well. So a good example of this was about a year ago, a client of mine had a negative forum article ranking on the first page for their brand name. So when people were searching for their company, at the bottom, so position 10 for their branded keyword, it was coming up with this negative forum post where people were talking about how bad they were. And basically the job was to move that away. So that I saw it, and I saw that was what was harming their sales, so I needed to outrank it with something else. It's called reputation management. And so what I'd done is I created a new Trustpilot account, and I got loads of reviews. So we got hundreds and hundreds of reviews on there now, and that ended up outranking it because it's way more content, it's newer, loads of user generated content on an authoritative source. So Trustpilot is more than this, like more authoritative than this forum was. And so it worked really well. But what happened was, I used social media and email marketing, sent it out, can you just leave us a quick review? As I say, we got hundreds come back, but we did get a few weird ones where we had bad reviews come in. And when I spoke to my client about it, he said to me, you know, it's really weird because I know the guy that left that, and he's one of our sort of better customers. So he phoned him up and said, what's this all about? Why did you leave this review? And the guy basically said, oh, you know what, I had a few beers, I was a bit leery, and I just got a bit out of hand. So people can have a bad day and they'll leave a bad review about your business. So that's why I like controlling it, because especially if you're a bit of a smaller business, that's going to be a bit of a problem. If someone leaves a 3-star review because they're not having a great day, that could harm your next sale. So that's why I like to control these things. And the same thing with the website footer. Like, you're not often going to get customers come back after they've finished using you to just check out your website and then click on it. So it feels like it's going to encourage people to leave bad reviews because of the state of mind they'll be in at that point. So the last thing I want to say on this is, what you also want to do is put these on your website too, these reviews. So here's something I recently built for a client of mine. I've got to blur this out, but I can show you this that I built. Now, these aren't dynamically pulled in, these reviews. These are all hard-coded in, and there's 2 reasons for that. One is Google My Business often gets shut down, so they'll often just close them down on clients, especially if they feel that it is against their policies, even if it's not. I've had this happen. So we don't want to lose all of those reviews, right? And the second part is, and it kind of ties into what I just said, is Google My Business are probably making it a paid platform relatively soon. It sounds like that's what they're doing anyway. And I believe that's why they're running all these adverts at the moment with Anthony Joshua and people like that, where they're saying, help out your local business to, you know, give them a good review on Google. I think that's why they're pushing those ads, because Google are obviously one of the most intelligent companies in the world. They understand that people hate losing things more than they like gaining things. It's a cognitive bias. It's called the primal super response tendency. And so what they want to do is you get loads of reviews on your Google My Business, and then when they hit you with, okay, you've got to start paying monthly or yearly for this, you're going to feel like, well, I don't want to lose all those good reviews I've got. So what you want to do is grab those, stick them on your website, because if they ever want to shut it down, now you've still got control of those reviews. This is going to help you get more sales for your website, because people are going to see that other people are buying from you and had a good experience from you. This is social proof tendency, another cognitive bias. That's why it works. And so that's going to help you. But then also, if they want to make it paid and you're not finding Google My Business is covering the cost and you're a small business, you won't have that fear of losing what you've got, basically. So hopefully this helped. If you've got any questions on this, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.